Okay. Swap this over to live chat. And start. Oh, that's... Okay, I'm not fully awake. I tried to just hit start streaming twice in a row rather than find match. Hey, Blizzard, how's it going? Hey, Kevin, welcome. Hey, Chris. Let's see how awake I am. I'm gonna need to be here. This is a big account. Excuse me, I'm tapping on Silk. Thank you. Rank 5 Prowler to Necro Path 3. I'm trying to remember what that is. Yeah, it's been a while since I did Necropolis Icarus. What are the two trap nodes there? Thanks for subscribing, Vayner. Hey, Omega, thanks for stopping by. Ooh, I respect the Professor X pick. It's a cool one. Hmm. We only have a few Serpent options. We'll see if we see them. Oh, I would not have called that path 3, but okay, I got you. The evade on mediums, can't miss evader decks after specials. Well, he's not going to handle the second part super well, and it would probably mess with his rotation, but I would definitely see him being pretty solid for the first half. Sauron and Hitmonkey in particular. Um, yeah. Less sure after that. Yeah, I could see Special 2 rotations getting around it. I'm not sure, excuse me, I'm not sure he's going to be better than other options, but I can definitely see him being serviceable that way. Yeah, exactly. Wait, it's more of a setting up the behavior going forward. Okay, well that's kind of annoying. They got a counter for Serpent, and I didn't. I didn't really get an Onslaught counter either. Never saw Chavez, never saw Kushala, never saw Shocker. I might have seen Havoc early. Probably could have done better there. I think I kind of just need to throw this away. I should have picked somebody else at the end then. I should have used, like, Serpent for Onslaught, and that would have been okay. I shouldn't have picked Black Cat, but, like, I'm compromising the other two rounds too much using anyone else. Whew. We got a little bit lucky on that. Not so much on that. His AI is so evil. Oh, no, I was too early. That's so painful. Nice, Todd. Got a solid account there. Oh, if I hadn't been early on that last Dex, we might have actually won that. I am hoping to do that this weekend. Wait, I know I've said that before, but I do have it recorded. I just need to edit it. Gosh darn it. I'm not parrying you. Can you just throw your special? Thank you. So aggressive. How do I do the slowdown on Kate specials? I do it the easy way. I just wait for the first hit, and then pause right before the release. Hey, Zach, congrats on the 7 stars. Hey, Bleezy. Come on, buddy, throw it. Thank you. Jesus. Nope. That's alright. Did our best. I can't believe the striker got parried. That was really annoying. Why don't you relic heavy cancel into special too? I believe I just answered that. Oh. It's very difficult to use the relic into the special too if the relic gets blocked. Extremely difficult. Next time. Well played. Here's hoping if I match you again, I actually see some of my champions that I need for those. Dang. That's incredibly lucky, Quinn. Huge congrats. Yeah, I gotta admit, Todd, that's why I don't like when people stream snipe and stay in chat. Because it feels very unsportsmanlike for people to be hearing what I'm conveying to the chat about like how I'm approaching the matches, and then use that against me. So I do have to say, not really a fan of that. Yeah, if you would have placed them anyway, that's fine. Yeah, I love my Havoc. Would have been really useful last round. Hate Juggernaut so much. Alright. That solves that. Wouldn't they get bullseye right at the end? Nice, Todd. That is cool. Hey, Mike. I'm doing good. Just playing until I'm hungry enough for lunch. Hey, clown. How's it going? That's cool, Todd. Um, I haven't tried this yet. I've been told it works. See if we can figure it out. far as I know, Cesar. I've only interacted with him a few times. That was dumb. Dang it. That is the risk there. Yep. Ah, I wasn't even trying to dex. I knew to parry it. She just caught me. I needed to get to the special too. I think if I do that again, I have to only throw one special on it and go straight to it because it just becomes untenable. But that's fine. I'll take that as a learning experience. Higher sig would help too. Hey, Manny. Yeah, like I said, I just haven't done that one before. But if we were a bar of power ahead of where we were, and we'd been able to close that out with the special 2 and just wait out her untouchable, then we would have won that round. So that's just something I have to learn. I don't play enough Battlegrounds to know all of this stuff. So if you hang around here, you're going to see me make some mistakes like that. Ugh. I was trying to drop my block to parry the last bit, but obviously I was a little bit late. Okay. I think Havoc on defense is obviously the play here. Juggernaut is obviously a problem. I hate him with every fiber of my being. But Havoc does at least have some abilities to slow him down. We knew that was coming. Oh, that surprises me a little bit. It's okay. I'll use the wolf. Shocker's special 2 stun is much, much longer than Photon's untouchable, Mike, so it does work. Hey, Dado. How's it going? That harshing my power gain is not going to be fun. Alright, this should kill, though, as soon as we go over the bar, so I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I don't know why they didn't go Juggernaut. Yeah, Mike, there was a version of Photon where she was just untouchable while stunned, like an early draft. I ended up changing it for a couple different reasons. I mean, there's a chance that it was too strong on offense. It also didn't play well with. I mean, Kate was one of the reasons to change it, but like stuff like that was another. Where I didn't want it to be a complete defense against stun. I wanted it to be a like, you've knocked her out of being able to focus on maintaining solidity, but like just for a little bit, right? So yeah, that's why Shocker works now. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, Werewolf is fantastic. Still haven't gotten a single 7-star from a Paragon Crystal. Yeah, I won't say I haven't gotten one anymore, because that's no longer true, but my success rate is significantly below 1%. That's for sure. I think this account is. I was toying with, like, should I get rid of Silk, because I think she's more dangerous to me, or should I get rid of the Bishop? I ultimately decided on Bishop, even though I have answers for him, simply because, honestly, I'm punching down on this account, and I think sometimes just getting rid of their bigger weapons is better. Alright, definitely grabbing Sunspot again. Let's go, Kate. Hey, Torres. Hmm. Maybe I should have taken Hulkling. I think I should have taken Hulkling. That's okay. Yes, Mantis is super, super reliable against Photon. Should I rank 3, undupe Spot, or wait for better science? So undupe Spot can do well. Or sorry, rank 3 Spot can do well, but I would not take him up unduped, personally. Trying to weigh my need for Tigra against another defender there. It's possible I made the wrong choice, but we'll see. Nice, Mike. But yeah, because the main value of Spot is as a nuke. And so if I didn't have the extra damage from the SIG, then I don't think I would go all in on him. Is kind of where I come down there. Okay, I need to figure out this one, so let's do that. Yeah, I think OG Black Panther's decent. He definitely has a skill cap, um, and benefits a lot from high sig. Like, I wouldn't rank 3 mine anytime soon. Um, but depending on your other options, I could see a rank 2 for sure. Especially if you got him duped that first time. Dang it, no, you have to... Yeah, I remember. Give me a dope. I don't know why I did that instead of... yeah. I'm still bad with Onslaught. This isn't long enough, is it? No, it is. Okay, that's something. But I had nothing to pause. So I learned something, but it didn't matter. There we go. That's what I need to be doing. I tried to hit the special button there. Yeah, I need to be better at this. Yeah, I just need to be better about getting him to exactly one bar, then parry heavying directly to really zone in on my learnings there. For anyone else who's curious about it, that's the biggest problem I had. I'm out of defenders, aren't I? I needed that onslaught. Maybe I should do Cade here? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Was he still unblockable for that hit? Oh well. Here's what it is. I thought about that, Dilly. But that kind of proves what my next sentence was going to be, which is that if there's a chance my opponent doesn't know how to fight Prowler, then there's also a chance that they block Carl while he's refined or something. And I do think that was a very important fight to practice for when we get further up. Oh, dang it, we just missed the refresh. It is what it is. Hey, Stig. I'm doing alright. Hey, Highline. Missed you there for a sec. Would I rank 3 Danny to counter Serpent? I would not do it for that reason. There are good reasons to take Danny to rank 3. But just to turn off the SIG of one champion who resists Overload, Neuroshock, and counters Miss would not be in my reasons. That should be just incidental, right? I bet you do, Steven. I haven't seen a Doom in a while. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Quinn. People have been doing enough nutty things with 6-star Prowlers. I'd ban a rank 3 too. Hey, Mon. Doing alright. Forgot they had a Falcon. Oh, I should have just taken Massacre for Jessica. Instant payback. How have you not clicked Falcon yet? C'est la vie. That should work okay. I do want Bullseye, but I hate getting to that point in the draft where you know I technically have time to make changes, but it takes long enough to press the buttons that if I unselect someone, it is going to randomly pick someone I don't want. Yeah, that's fine. That's who I was going to pick. Yeah, can only be stopped by ability accuracy by text, Jason. All right, time to find out if this works. Like, Gamora would cook this, but then I might lose around to Warlock, and that's unacceptable. How does that not count as a heavy? Jessica's heavy recovery is so ridiculous. Nah, it's not hitboxes. It hit. I just didn't get credit for it. In general, Stig, if your answer is, hey, there's a cool ability on a new champion, have you thought about just giving that to someone relatively recent but older who passed their balance reviews and was considered appropriate? The answer is probably no. Because Danny was considered balanced as she was. We don't just go, oh, this is a quality of life improvement because it's also a power increase. It's not reaction time either. Like not really. I understand that's very close to what I said with recovery time, but like it's not how quickly Jessica can react. It's how quickly she comes out of her heavy attack to go into her idle, such that she is no longer considered to be in her heavy attack. It is frustrating. I would eventually like us to try and fix that, but Can't really go into the specifics. It's a pretty significant change. Um, but I have a lot of ideas about this game. Believe it or not. Dang it. Almost perfect. Something like that, Dilly. Okay, so that would have been 51,000 and change if I had, maybe not in change, but around 51,000 if I had just not messed up that one evade. Good to know. Do I think it's reasonable to tune up Bullseye on offense? I don't. Excuse me. So we have a second to go over that. Basically, the thing with Bullseye on offense is that I understand if you are looking at him as a pure attacker against Battlegrounds health pools, it's easy to go, this isn't quite enough, right? Because he does guaranteed crits. Why doesn't he work like Hitmonkey? Hitmonkey is super quick. He should obviously hit as hard as Stealth Spidey, but like that's not an apples to apples comparison, right? Like even setting aside the not all champs need to be good for Battlegrounds, and even setting aside the obvious impact of his defensive threat on his overall power budget, I think way too much is made of the actual yellow numbers on Bullseye's hits rather than the fact that all of them are guaranteed crits and all of them cannot miss without relying on a true effect or on vigilance. That he also has true accuracy to get by evade and auto block. Like he's just very, very consistent and strong on offense. Like the numbers aren't that big, but I mean, the thing to remember about critical hits is that they bypass 80% of the opponent's resistance and armor, which means he effectively has, like, think of him as having a passive that says, I don't care about the opponent's resistance and armor at all times. Um, yeah. Like, just when you combine all of the things that Bullseye has, he doesn't also need to be faster, in my opinion. Hey, Gerald. I will say it definitely did come up in Danny's development stig, but like it's not something that we think everyone needs just because we could throw it there. Um Prowler's rotation is a bit different. Danny activates her falter by having an attack come in, right? Like there is already an incoming hit. And so that helps a fair bit with her rotation, whereas Prowler activates his falter by finishing a combo. And so I think that's one of the biggest things. Is just that like the gameplay mechanics around them are different. And so one needs it more than the other. Thanks, Gerald. I appreciate it. ATC. I think having like one champ not be a top tier of an attacker with defensive value. Yeah, I hear you. I do have Cold Snap immunes. Do I want to rely on getting them? I think I'm comfortable with that. Not well, but he is in the like they're a Forum Guardian, Jason. So I'm somewhat familiar. That surprised me. Is there a reason I have the Ant-Man relic giving a taunt instead of an additional power sting for Ham? Yes. Couple overlapping things. Number one, the additional power sting has a cooldown, and so it's not that much. Um, I think that Ham generally has enough power stings. The concern for him, when things fall apart with him, in my opinion, it's not because he didn't place enough power stings. It's almost always because the fight flow was wrong and you lost four of them at once, right? One power sting is not what loses you a fight with Ham. Five or six is. And so having the taunt up and having that better fight flow is more important to me. And there's the benefit that taunts by default are a 40% weakness. He has his own taunt in his kit, and so it's also extra tankiness. Wonder what Bullseye would look like defensively if you remove the crit through block. That's almost certainly too much, right? He would have an absurd number of answers. Like, if he doesn't crit through block, is he that different than Punisher 2099? Who is only ever in decks with, like, Invade or similar metas. So, Aiden, you're saying you hope he doesn't get nerfed defensively. I want to poke that a little bit. Do you want him to not get nerfed because you think that he is exactly the right power level? Or because you have a big one that's been winning you matches in Battlegrounds? Or a little bit of both? I'm curious. Thanks, Joe. Do I feel Kate is way too powerful to be a 7-star? I do not. Digging into that a minute, there's a number of overlapping things with Kate. First off, she obviously is very strong, right? She is unbelievable on Path 5 in War with that extra fury. She's quite good in Battlegrounds. She looks incredible in Necropolis. Um, but there are a few important caveats, right? She has a limited ability to punch up. There are already people taking her out of their Battlegrounds decks as their rosters get large enough. And I think that speaks to her damage reach. She's very flexible, right? She can take a bunch of different things. And so she would be an extremely strong 7-star. But I think her falling off a little bit as a 6-star before other champions like Juggernaut, like Tigra, like Hulkling, says something about her reach there. Additionally, I think it's important to note that like she was supposed to be locked out of a lot of fights in Necropolis. The design put an ability accuracy floor on it, right? There was a mistake in how it was coded that left her open. So Kate ended up being one of the best options for Clairvoyant, for Captain Britain, for a bunch of others that I can't remember right now, despite the fact that she should not have been. Kate should have been destroyed by Claire. Kate should have only ever been able to do a little bit against Captain Britain. She should have had a big problem with those debuffs. And I think the community history of Kate would look very different if Necropolis had worked properly in blocking her out. She still would have been incredible. She has amazing damage. There are a bunch of fights where she is definitely one of the best, even without the debuff control. But I think if Tranquilize works properly, then she drops further and she becomes more of a like a Shuri, a Gamora, a, like in that a Wong, and in that next tier or even below Shuri and Wong as far as how strong she is. And then I don't think you would have nearly as many people asking if she's too strong to be a 7-star. And while releasing Kate as a 7-star would impact the tuning of the next big piece of like Everest content, like Necropolis, the next big piece of content would definitely account for Tranquilize properly. So I don't think that she's right around the corner, but I also don't think she's too strong. It's a bit complicated, right? If we had balance patches, there are still a couple things that I would change about her because I do think she has room to come down and still be very good. But I also don't think she's way too strong to be a 7-star. Nuance. Do I think Torch fell off and needs to be a 7-star? No, I don't. Torch is still a menace. A large part of what's causing Torch to look like he fell off is 7-star block pen, which is, I think, an overtuned stat focus. And I think if that value comes down, Torch looks better again. I also think that if Torch came out as a 7-star, everybody would immediately throw block proficiency stat focus on him, and he would go right back to feeling like one of the most important, if not the most important, attackers in the game. Oh, Aiden, don't use Archangel as an example. I think this went up on Trello, but if it hasn't yet, it will soon. The Archangel versus Bullseye matchup is bugged. Um, Not everyone knows this, which I realize is another part of the problem. Archangel cannot proc poisons against non-contact hits, right? It's why he's so mediocre against Nova and Maw, and why people use them as a trap against him. There is currently a bug with Bullseye where his special one hits are miscategorized as contact hits, meaning that Archangel ramps much, much more quickly against Bullseye than he is supposed to. So don't hold on to that for him being appropriate. Leave my mystics alone. Yeah. Also, what Tilapia said. That's something you can fix, Dodo. Hey, Roy. How's it going, man? The bishop interaction is also bugged, Aiden. I know that's not all you're hanging your hat on, but it is kind of funny. Jesus. Very stacked deck. Hi, Justin. I can just tell this is going to be one of those rounds where I keep having to worry about drafting the answers to their defenders, and I just have no defenders at the end of it. Not looking forward. Prowler's been great. I still need to get better with him, but he's quite good. Just cannot counter everything. I mean, Archangel and Bishop are still great, but yeah. I keep running through this draft in my head, and I just don't see a way through. It's what it is. Come here. Okay. I think they still win, but I finally figured out that fight. Can I do it like that every time, please? Yeah, that's what I would have done too. Oh yeah, something definitely went wrong, Amon. I was expecting to lose. Hey, Rage. Domino! What happened there? Why do they just not charge? I thought Uru was better against Domino. Why would Uru be better against Domino when critical failure is energy? Nice. No striker heavy chain. It didn't feel like it was lining up for me. Um, yeah, that's basically it. It felt more important to me to use the striker there for like the flow of the fight. I don't know. It may not have been the right call, but that's why I made it in the moment. So when I get hit, I don't lose a lot of health. Okay, well, I try not to have that problem, to be glib. Can't argue with that, though. Oh, I know. You saw me playing around the evade there. She's dangerous. Hmm. And yeah, Gore versus Photon is tough, but like they didn't have much better options. It was very important that that bullseye fight was that clean. I like round 3 could have gone either way. I think I still had a light advantage at the end. No, I said I didn't. I don't know. There's let's go back to this because I want to break that down. The reason that I was worried at the end of the draft is because what was it? Oh yeah, that was it. I figured that they would go Domino, I would go Absorbing Man, and then I guess I just would have thrown Serpent down, but they would have used Wiccan, right? And so I wasn't feeling good about round 3. Serpent might have won, but Venom versus either Ant-Man or Red Skull feels pretty miserable. So I didn't feel good about that. And then like Venom and Tiger on defense is just not an option, right? So it was very important that we won round 1 because Carl against Domino is okay, but we were in trouble after that. And more morph equals regen because I'm bad. Hey, I'm not gonna knock y'all for it. Go for it. If you can avoid getting hit, then I do think Magma is significantly better, not just because of the energy resist, but also because once you refine, um, the incinerates don't require you to crit. they're not listening for that side of things. Yeah, I'm not shocked. Fox is awesome. I'm not currently running him in this deck, but they're very good. Venom works for Red Skull and Zane. Is Venom better for Red Skull and Zane, especially a rank 3 Red Skull, than Wiccan is for Serpent? That's the problem, TC. Yeah, Vox sounds like a decent Maestro counter. That all makes sense to me in my head. Okay, I know this has only been an hour, but I am going to go ahead and call it here because I feel myself starting to get hungry, and while I could push through, then I would be messing up my dinner. I may be back later. I will edit that Destroyer video today and try and get that out. But thank you all for hanging out. Let me check real quick. One. Streaming. Yeah, it'll work. He's not playing MCOC, but Lefty is streaming. If anybody wants to go check out him playing Ragnarok, you can use hashtag longlegged raid. But until next time, everybody, take care.